Welcome to video 6 in this series. What we're going to talk about now is a specific system, if you want to call it that, or process that we use in order for you to avoid those minefields and to be able to have success in your business. The first rule of thumb that we have for brand new distributor is contact 2 people a day. Now, I'm not saying every single day, take a day off now and again, okay? But for at least 5 to 6 days out of the week, I would highly encourage you to at least plan to contact 2 people a day. And this is what the plan is. So let's say that you're a brand new distributor. What you want to do, first of all, is to find 5 people that you can practice on. Okay? Because like anything new, it takes a little bit of time to get used to it and to get good at it. And so these are people that you know and trust very well, really close friends or family members or people that they don't care how silly you look. You're just going to practice on them, okay? And then after you've done your practicing, and you'll go through all of this with them, then you're going to find 20 people. Let's just start out with 20 people who most likely are, and this is really important, people that are looking for extra income. Now, we don't know exactly if people are looking for extra income or not. I personally don't know of too many people who wouldn't mind getting a little bit of extra income. But some people truly are satisfied where they're currently at in life financially, and that's fine. We're not looking for them. Okay, so somebody has to, A, be looking for extra income. B, they got to be a little bit teachable. Some people think they know it all. Okay, you can have the best dentist in the world, and you put him in the ER room, and he's going to struggle a little bit, especially in the beginning. He may have the basis of everything that he learned at medical school, but you put him in a different situation and it can be a little bit different. I've had real estate agents and insurance salesmen, people that have done sales before, think they know exactly how to do this type of business and they struggle. So I would encourage you to make sure that you're teachable and willing to learn this different approach. They have to be hardworking. Okay, people can dream all they want, but unless they go to work. In fact, there's a great quote by Thomas Edison that says, "Opportunity is missed by most people because it's dressed in overalls and looks like work." Make sure that they're hardworking, or I like to use the word hungry. Okay, and then finally, do you want to do business with them? Maybe you think they're kind of a jerk or don't like them for whatever reason. You don't have to have everybody in your business. You can be selective and choose who you want to work with. So those 20 people that you're guessing, yep, I think they're going to do well and they're high on all of these categories. Here's the question that I like to ask. Do you know of anybody? Let's say the person I'm contacting, one of my 20 is John. His name's John, okay? So I say, John, do you know of anybody looking to make an extra $500 to $1,000 a month right now? One reason why I like to say, do you know of anybody else looking, John, is because it takes that pressure immediately on, it takes the pressure off of them. And time again, I've had people say, well, yeah, I am. Great. They just kind of gave you an invitation at that point to talk to them directly. And maybe they aren't looking, or maybe they, you've misjudged where they're at, and maybe they truly aren't looking. But guess what? 9 times out of 10, they're willing to make a referral for you of somebody that they know. And sometimes it's the people that your people's people know that will lead you to people that will really truly help you well in this business. Okay, so after you say that, say, great. Well, if I sent you some information, would you take a look? Okay. Usually they say, yes, sure. Okay, and then, this is really important, when would you have 10 minutes to take a look at the material? Because sometimes people think, yeah, I'll take a look, 3 or 4 or 5, 6 months down the road. Now, I'm joking, but sometimes people are busy. Maybe you're talking to somebody whose daughter's getting married the next day. It's probably not the best timing for them to be looking at material. Okay, but maybe a few days after that, they'll have time. And so it's important to formalize with them when they plan to look at the material, because then you'll know when you can move to our next step, which is follow up with them. Which following up simply, hey John, how you doing? Did you get a chance to look at that video? Or maybe I sent an electronic brochure, whatever it was that I gave them that seemed relevant for them, what they need at that point. Then I simply ask, hey John, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much interest do you have? Because if John says, maybe a 2 or 3, chances are he wasn't in our category, right? But if he says, 7, 8, that's a good sign. Rarely do you have anybody that says, a 10, because they haven't learned enough yet. But if they show a sign of 6 or 7, simply all they're saying is, it sounds interesting to me, but I need a little bit more information. But you want that type of person who is a little bit skeptical to really take a look so that they know what it is that they're willing to invest their time and energy into. The next question is, okay, great. So let's say that you're a 6 or 7, John. How much money would you need to earn in order to make this worth your time? Because maybe for some people, they're like, if I get $200 or $300 extra bucks a month, that would be worth it for me. For others, they may go, I'd have to make $4,000 or $5,000 a month for this to be worth my time. Okay, it just depends. So it's important to ask them what interest or investment that they would have. And the next question, great. Let's say that John, he's a 6 or 7, and he wants to earn, let's say, $3,000 a month. Okay? Great. Well, how many hours a week would you, John, be willing to dedicate at this time in order to get that $3,000 a month? Maybe John's super busy, or maybe he's not. Maybe he says, maybe 3 or 4 hours a week. Okay? And then it's important to say, okay, John, based upon what you just told me, you will most likely need to plan on X number of hours, okay, for X number of months to earn X number of dollars. And we don't know exactly, but we can give them a guesstimate. Because again, you don't want them to think, this is just some get-rich-quick scheme. No, it takes effort and time and a plan in order to get where we want to go. And so in John's situation, if he was a 6 or 7, he wanted $3,000 a month. Let's say he's able to dedicate 5 or 6 hours a week. Based upon that situation, I would say, okay, John, based upon your 5 hours a week, you're probably going to need, I would guess, between maybe 8 to 12 months in order to make that $3,000 a month, if you really are willing to work the 5 hours a week. And again, don't forget, 2 a day is the key. That's where it adds up. And then I simply ask John, are you willing to do that? Because we don't want to set any false expectations. This is a business, okay? We've got to be logical about this and be upfront with them. And by following this process, a lot of times people appreciate the fact that you are not just trying to pound them into something that's just, flying by night or something. That this is a real thought-out, logical business plan that we're doing. And I'll move on to some closing comments here in just a minute.